This is going to be a thought experiment. So it's not some sort of prophecy or something. It's just a thought experiment. Let's burn some firewood between the ears and see what happens. So it seems that people in charge, we could call them the unwise, the unattractive, the unintelligent. That's what they are. You see, there's a vengeance and resentment in their actions. They really hate humanity and they seek vengeance. Maybe they weren't invited, to play in the soccer, in the football team. They weren't invited to be part of the ball. They weren't invited to be part of the science club. They weren't invited at all to anything because they were unattractive, unintelligent, and antisocial. Maybe this resentment, this vengeance, is what motivates them to bring about a new paradigm. They want to bring about this digital jail that compared to the feudal system. I mean, the feudal system compared to this is like a walk in the park. If they are able to put this forward, but they have been pushing it really, really fast, and people are noticing so much that the NPCs are noticing as well. The majority, you see, the majority is just reactionary. They don't think too much. And even those are noticing something off with their leaders. They are pushing it too fast. Maybe they are getting old, you see. They are getting old and they want to see the, rise of the phoenix from the ashes. They want to see it before they pass away. This new utopia that rises from the ashes. They want to see it before they pass away, and that's why they are pushing it hard and hard. It doesn't take like a very intelligent person to notice that the digital is a prison. Um, they want to digitalize everything, your ID, your money, everything. But at I mean, what's the purpose? What do they will hope to achieve? Total control. That's what they hope to achieve. In my opinion, it's not a question of money because they own the money machine. Yeah, they can print as much money as they want, but that's not it. They want total control, total tyrannical control over. Um, and this grid is possible with this electrical grid. They are pushing it to the limits, the electrical grid, and it fails. One of their samples is airports. Uh, they are firing everybody, replacing them with machines, and it just malfunctions. Either it's the software that malfunctions because there's too much activity, or it's the hardware that just overheats and just stops functioning. So it's creating lots of chaos in the airports, etc. And that's just a sample. They're trying to, implement it. Money has already been digital for a long time. It's not a new thing. Ever since computers exist, you know, banks, etc., have been transferring and making payments in digital. So it's not a new thing. They are pushing it now because they want to tokenize everything. If money becomes centralized because they want to decentralize everything, instead of having thousands, millions of banks, that act independently, no, they want to have only one that gives orders. Nothing good is going to come out of this because then the people in charge, they can say global warming, for instance, and everybody has to dance to their tune. Yeah, they want absolute control. That's the purpose. They want to implement their worldview, their ideology, their bullshit. and force everybody into submission. Is it gonna be implemented? Probably. I mean, look at the majority. Are asleep. They don't care. The majority. Will actually help pin those down who refuse to participate in this insanity. It's been repeated over and over in history. The majority just goes with the flow. They don't think too much. Eventually, will collapse. Because the sentient humans, the exceptional humans will a place find a place that they can regrow civilization, so to speak. And the mouth breathers will just look in envy, they will look in awe, and they will say, oh, I want to join them. There's a problem. They always carry baggage, and when they leave the hell they created and they go to this new haven that is safe and clean, they bring with them the hell that they were trying to escape, and they project it, and they project it. And this repeats over and over again, you know. We are tribalistic, you see, in my opinion, we are tribalistic. Every bird seeks its own branch. Birds of feather fly together. Every monkey, goes and finds his branch. Everybody seeks likeness, yes. And if, for instance, you are born in a tribe that you dislike, you just go into another tribe. You see, having different, diverse tribes that are independent from each other is good. Centralizing everything in one tribe, no, that's not good. That's dystopia. That's 1984. You know, that's crazy. They already gave us a taste of what's to come. For instance, in that country that has a leave in this flag, they blocked transfers. You see, there was these protests and immediately blocked everybody from the banks that were doing the thing, from the apps that was transferring. They blocked everything. They're like, oh, stop, this is against the current thing, so we're gonna disable it. See, that's the power, the type of power they will have, absolutely, to disable any dissonant voice. If you say something against their narrative, there's one, boom, they tap in the keyboard, boom, red flagged. You become persona non grata immediately. We are tribal, like I said, and the thing that some, not all, but some fear the most is to be excluded from the tribe. So they will actually put with the impossible to stay in the tribe. But there's always a percentage that doesn't really care. They are the ones who live in the outskirts of the cities. They used to call them the pagans in the Roman Empire. They lived in houses in the forest, and they didn't care about the tyranny of the majority. So they created pejorative terms to designate these people. They just wanted freedom. They just liked freedom, and I forgot what I was talking about. I'm sorry. Um, so there's going to be opposition, of course, but the majority is going to go along with the plan. I see it as a dysfunctional of the personality. This obsession over power. You see, they are obsessed. Their mission in life is to make others' life miserable almost. There's a resentment, a vengeance in the things they do. The eugenic program is really screaming in your face at the moment. The ones who give up willingly their arm was being taken this experimental thing. That's a delivery system. That's a delivery system. They've been testing a way to get rid of the undesirables. That's a delivery system. It has nothing to do with health or protecting you or not. No, it's a delivery system of something. They are testing a way to get rid of the undesirables, the most humanly possible. No need for concentration camps like in the past. you know it's so, oh man, during the 2020 mental neurosis, there was actually places in the West in which they built concentration camps. And I'm like, what the? Same behavior, the same mentality, the same neurosis. Wow, the same dehumanizing us versus them, mentality. It's so egotistical, narcissistic. We're gonna have to wait a couple of generations for the egomaniacs to, just expire. Maybe in 2 generations, in 40 years, new generation of people that has the right mind, or the mind in the right place. Because right now, man, they taken over education, they taken over culture. These generations are completely destroyed. They are completely materialistic and devoid of any spiritual dimension, and everything they do is anti-human. So weird. Oh, the science. Trust the science. Come on. Trust the current thing. That's what they are saying. Trust the current thing. With the right amount of money, you can buy a laboratory to prove almost anything, you know, quote unquote prove. We all know the facts, logic, and wisdom. It's not used in science. Science has become a religion, mainly developed to oppose the sky fairy in the behind the clouds. That's why it was created, to oppose that. But in itself, is a tyrannical sky fairy. See, they created one demon to fight another demon. That's how they think. That's how they, the cognition, wills. That's how they work. I mean, it's crazy. They think they will fight fire with fire, or that's the technique of doubling down. Whenever they are proven wrong, instead of admitting I am wrong, and try to, you know, retrace their steps and rebuild new neural pathways. No, they double down. They double down. They triple down until nothing is left. It's the worst thing for one of these mouth breeders to accept is that they are wrong. It is easier to fool them than it is to convince them that they've been fooled. This is the ego. The ego just can't accept that that has been fooled, and they are the majority. So this is just some, food for thought. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. It's becoming very dangerous actually to talk about online stuff. I was listening to this young woman who had to run away from her home country because when she was 15 she became quite famous, for talking against the current thing, and she was being watched, persecuted, and she had to ask asylum elsewhere and run away. Things are really dark. It's just a sample of what's to come, if they are able to implement this nonsense. I think I'm gonna shut up. Tell me what you guys think. Have a nice day.